Hello once again, and we're going to do a Friday Foursome number 13. Favourite developers and publishers. Right, okay. It all started with the Amstrad CPC 464 with me, so then Commodore 64 and Amiga, because them three computers were the best gaming times for me, and I'm going to keep it in that area. So to me, I'm going to say first of all Ocean Software, so I'm going to agree with Novabug there, Ocean Software, because the reason being they did make some great games for the Amstrad CPC and did support it pretty well, unlike US Gold where they tend to favour the Commodore 64. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about Ocean Software, Ocean and Imagine, because they were both, Ocean did take over Imagine, so they were the same sort of company, and they did produce some great games for the Amstrad CPC as well as the Commodore 64. But Chase HQ being one of them, absolutely brilliant on the Amstrad. Renegade, Target Renegade, excellent conversions for the Amstrad. Definitely Ocean Software for me. And on the next one, I'm going to choose a budget title, because back in the 8-bit days you had tons and tons of budget titles to choose from, and usually there were pretty good games, very playable, enjoyable games for for $1.99, $2.99, something like that, and it was great to have a part of your collection. So I'm going to choose Codemasters. And then they are still going today. I think whatever happened to Ocean, I think they got absorbed, didn't they? Did they get taken over by Instagrams or something like that? And unfortunately, they disappeared. But that gives me a thing. I'm hearing Hewson consultants are coming back making games after a long period of time. So shame Ocean couldn't come back. Anyway, I'm going off at a tangent again, aren't I? So Codemasters, because they weren't some of the best of graphics, but that did not matter to me. It was the playability of their games, and you had so much fun playing them, because it was usually multiplayer, like Grand Prix Simulator. The little square cars, but it didn't matter because the game was so good to play. I enjoyed that game. BMX Simulator, others. There was just so many Codemasters games. I could think. So many. They were all great. Good games they were. Anyway, I covered that, so what would be my third one? Right, I'm going to say maybe Mastertronic, because I had a lot of Mastertronic games also. I think the best one I ever had, or one of the best ones graphically, and it was really good to play. That was only $1.99, and the graphics for its time were brilliant, and that was Formula One Simulator. And I'm going to, Mastertronic, I did say that, didn't I? I can't remember if I did or not. Because it was just, there were just loads of titles, loads of different titles. So they just bring back fond memories for me, Mastertronic. So I've covered two budget titles and a major title like Ocean Imagine, Codemasters and Mastertronic. So I'll have to pick one more now. This is going to be a tough one, I think, because the problem is I don't know if I can think of a lot of games, but I just can't remember offhand who was the publishers or the developers. So I can think of games. I just if I'm going to have to pick one. This is I did mention them before, because they produced so many great games for the Commodore 64. They wasn't fair to the Amstrad, but I suppose if you own a Commodore 64, then you've got to put that into perspective, because their games were pretty good for the Commodore 64, and that is US Gold. I've had bad experiences with the Amstrad. I can think of one game that always will haunt me till this day, because I paid $9.99 for it, and that was Outrun for the Amstrad CPC. And I'd say if they gave that game, if Ocean got that license to make Outrun, then it would have been a bloody good game, because we all knew how good Chase HQ was for the Amstrad. If you owned it, that was a brilliant game for the Amstrad. If they made Outrun just like that, then it would have been a great conversion for the Amstrad, instead of the rubbish that bloody US Gold churned out and wasted $9.99 for it. But it was a bloody good conversion for the Commodore 64 though. And not only that, US Gold really didn't like the Amiga either, because their games weren't great on the Amiga, especially Outrun. That wasn't a great conversion, but the Commodore 64 they made terrific games for. So yeah, there we go. So there's my 4. So we had Ocean, Imagine, that's one company, Codemasters, Mastertronic, and what did I say, US Gold. There you go, there's my 4, and that's the Foursome. There you go. So oh yeah, thank you for that mention on your video about the Bridget. I totally hate it. Yeah, thanks for the mention there. Anyway, I'm going to end this now. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, and goodbye.